How do people understand what it is that you do?
So I think what I do takes different forms, but in essence, it is um, the same process or the same ingredients,
Mm.
and that is about bridging things together, envisioning something that doesn't yet exist, and knowing how to facilitate the conversation and the process, whether it's creative or in a business context or solving a humanitarian or environmental crises. It's all the same. It's like, how do we bring these teams of different kinds of thinkers and creators and doers together in service of coming up with a solution to something that won't be solved from inside any one of our silos.
Mm.
So I think, an interdisciplinary artist is something that's been used. Um, there's a lot of um, like attention paid to experience design in technology,
Yep.
which is a field very different from what I do, in the sense that when I'm thinking of experiences, I'm thinking about the canvas that I'm working with as human attention and human perception and sensation, right? So I'm looking at your senses holistically when I think about creating a work of art. And for me, it often and mostly starts with music. And so music creates kind of the foundational energy. And then I think about what we experience as harmony in sound, that two separate melody lines basically coming together to create something more than the sum of its parts. I want to extend that into the languages of our other senses and ask, like, okay, what is the right color or saturation or brightness or fragrance or texture that pairs with this sound to take you and your body and your mind and really open your heart up to the full possibility of an experience. And I'm doing that with an orientation towards awe and wonder states, right? So
I'm guessing you follow Jason Silva.
yeah,
I'm a
yes,
big fan.
yeah, he's a wonderful thinker.
For anyone who doesn't know him, he's on National Geographic or was. Um, but either way, he talks a lot about awe. So here's what I think is interesting is you are an artist, but the types of problems you solve generally are in a business or um, experience environment. So you don't, well, with May, you created music, but you have a unique profession, if I may say.
Yes,
Your work,
yeah.
your art, your legacy that you create is not in art. You're not, you are making music, you do still make music with May, but the way you built your career now in interdisciplinary studies is solving problems in business and or organizations. Is that fair?
I would say both. Yes, that is very fair. I think it's important for me to maintain um, a line of creation and
Mm.
exchange with an audience that isn't in like an organizational context, but that is just pure, uh, creator participant. I don't like to think of listeners as fans as much as like participants in something where they bring themselves wholly in terms of their presence into an experience. That's the beauty of working um, with human attention as the kind of canvas, is that it's easy to kind of put music on and have it in the background playing. It's just kind of like noise humming off in the distance, and that's great. Like, that's fine. It's kind of like a texture. It can weed out other unwanted sounds, but like, I want somebody's attention so fully, um, because I want to show them something beautiful
Mm.
that I don't think they might have seen before. And that's all of it, right? Because if they can see it in that moment, then it's actually a very walkable path from that experience to seeing it in things that perhaps would have made us feel uncomfortable or uncertain previously, especially in people whose cultures are different from ours or whose lived experience is different from ours. It's so easy to kind of build up a wall. And I want to find a way for people to actually spot that thing that is extraordinarily beautiful in that person and be open to being changed and moved by that as well.